How's it going, everybody? Ryebread here today, and I am back with another episode of our Carolina Hurricanes franchise mode, and today will be the draft and the offseason, our first chance to draft after the new scouting, and our first chance at free agency here in this franchise mode, so I'm pretty excited to get into it here, guys. If you remember, in the last one, we did find a late-round stud who, if I'll just short by potential here, he's a medium franchise goalie, Carson Hartigan, and he's projected to go 95th, which is late third round, but I think I would want to take him early third round. I don't know if I want to even risk it, but if we go to our draft board here, it shows you where we'll be picking. Projected picks, picking 7th overall in round number 3, so that would approximately be in the upper 70s, maybe high 60s. So as you can see there, they have guys ranked in the high 60s there. And then I don't think I want to wait until our 4th round pick to pick them. But early in the 3rd round is probably when we can get that goalie. And they say the guy I was targeting in the 1st round would be Kirby Dach or Capo Caco. Just two good offensive guys. Like I said, we do need forward depth. I mean, if we did trade for Mark Stone, and I think I am going to re-sign him a full season with the team. We do have a weakness at top 6 forwards. We have a weakness at forwards in general. Defensively, though, we are pretty good. It's our strength. Our depth defense isn't great. We've got some decent prospects. Guys like, I guess Fleury doesn't count quite as a prospect anymore. But we've got Jake Bean there and some others as well. So I'm going to go ahead, get right into it. I'm pretty excited for the draft, guys. I hope Dach falls to us. Kirby Dach falls to us at 8 here. He's projected to go 7th, I believe. So hopefully the New York Rangers don't take him. I really don't want him to go. And they're shopping around Kevin Shattenkirk, but the 1st overall pick, the Jets here, if we look at the draft class really quickly, it is German. Ed German is supposed to be super good. Put up a lot. I mean, the dude put up over 100 points in the USA here. He's got A+ shooting, A+ skills, A+ skating, A senses, A physical, and A defense. He's got no weaknesses. He's medium elite. He plays like Vladimir Tarasenko. We couldn't quite win the lottery to hop up and get him, but he's going to be a very good. What position was he? Was he a center? I think he was a winger. Yeah, he was a left winger. So he gets to be paired with Patrick Laine. That's going to be a ridiculous. I'm going to just sim past that pick. And yep, there he is. We don't know his overall yet, obviously. So that's one of the things about the draft is I won't be able to really tell you guys who we would have missed out on because I won't really know. We'll go ahead and sim Buffalo's pick here. They take Landry. All right, and the first 3 picks are going to be Zibanejad, Landry, and German. That's actually, I'm not too sure about Landry here. I didn't look at him too much. We don't know his overall, but we know his potential is elite. Wow, so it won't even show me his scouting profile anymore, so that's kind of disappointing. So I can't even see what our scouts said about the dude. But hopefully Kirby Dach still falls to us. If we view the draft class, there goes Krebs. Peyton Krebs just went to the New Jersey Devils. So we still have a chance at Dach here. Hopefully, I mean, we could take Bowen Bryam here. What kind of play style is he? He's a two-way defenseman. We're pretty sure. I mean, he does put up a decent amount of points, which is nice. He's got shutdown ability. He's injury prone. Doesn't shoot a lot. Lacks bulk, but he's got that. He's got a heavy slap shot. He's great puck mover, shutdown ability. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. He plays like Victor Hedman, medium elite. Capo Caco here. Puck protection, magic hands, offensive creativity. Plays like Patrick Kane, so the left-handed shot on the right wing. So I'm okay with either of those guys. We'll see who the Canadians take here. They take Hedin, maybe. I'm not sure. And Dach goes to the LA Kings. I kind of wanted to trade up to go after him, but the LA Kings have snatched the guy I was targeting, the guy who was first on my draft board. Then after him goes Matvichuk, who we knew was medium elite. Wow, there's so many medium elite players in this draft. All these players in the top 10 so far have been medium elite, but now it is time to make our first pick as general manager of the Carolina Hurricanes. So I think I have to take Capo Caco here. He's medium elite. He plays like Patrick Kane. He's in A+ competition. He didn't have a great season. His B senses, let's see. I can't flip between prospects with these. He's got magic hands, good puck protection, offensive creativity. He's a bigger body. Let's see. He's a right winger, so maybe you have to shift him to the left at some point. But Patrick Kane, medium elite potential, takes winning seriously. Loyalty is a concern, not too worried about that though. This guy plays like Victor Hedman, he's got medium elite potential. This defenseman looks really good, he's a two-way defenseman, but I think I want to take Capo Caco here, guys, just because I think that he is, you know, what we need. We need some more forward talent, we need some top 6 players. So Capo Caco is our first ever pick as the Carolina Hurricanes general manager. We don't know his overall, but we know he's a two-way forward, medium elite, plays like Patrick Kane, and I am very satisfied with that one. So we'll go ahead and get out of the top 10 here. Brian then goes to the Vancouver Canucks, so we can keep our eye on him. And then Cousins goes to the Cousins maybe? I don't know. But we had no clue what he was, what he is. So let's go ahead and just sim to our next pick, which is here in the second round. Let's see. Okay, I'm just trying to check if that if we're missing out on any big guys that we have scouted. So Almond here, Steven Almond, a defensive defenseman. I'm not a big fan of defensive defensemen, but he plays like Shea Weber. He's not a great skater, apparently. He's not got great foot speed or skating. Not very good offensively, but he's a leader. He's great in the defensive zone. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of defensive defensemen, but for for the quality around him, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and take Almond here. We still have another, 50 picks that would have to go before that goalie is slated to go. So I'll just take Almond because we know he's a top 4 defenseman, a medium top 4 defenseman. He can become very, very good for us and maybe help our team out on the defensive side of things. Although if we really need something, it would be offensive. But a defensive defenseman, medium top 4 is certainly not bad in any stretch of the imagination. So we'll sim to our next pick. Artyukin, Sorella, Neiman, Granlund, Marcotti, Solovayev. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the goalie right now because I really, really want that guy. Can I just look at pinned? Is there a way to look at the guys I've pinned? Let me see. Is there draft board? Here we go. I can just go right down to my draft board. Perfect. Hartigan here. It's that medium franchise goalie, guys. I am super excited to get him. He plays like Corey Crawford. He's not great right now, but he's medium franchise. He's the goalie of the future. I'm gonna go ahead. I can't take him from this screen. That's disappointing. So I only have 2 minutes left. Hopefully, it won't take me 2 minutes just to find him here. But there we go. I'll just sort by pinned. And there he is. And then this guy is elite, projected to go low elite, but he projected to go 130, 120s. Actually, he dropped off pretty a lot, so he's probably not got a great overall. But this 18-year-old Carson Hartigan from the United States is our goalie, a medium franchise goalie. We just got him, guys. I am so happy about this one. I cannot wait to see what his overall is and to see how he progresses for us, because I think we just found our goaltender of the future, somebody that is going to be a centerpiece for this franchise for a long time to come. And now as far as players here, I don't really think we know much about anybody. As far as potential, I'm going to just sort by potential. Yeah, elites, we don't really know anything about those guys. We know Lutzer here. He's projected 130, so I guess we would reach a little bit on him here. But I don't know if we have another pick later. So we'll take Lutzer now just because we know he's got that low elite. We know for a fact he's got low elite. He just went at 100 overall. He projected at 131. We might have been able to get him in the 5th round here. But I didn't want to take any chances. We are now at 131, so if we were going to get him, he would fall exactly to his draft position. There's a 7th defenseman. I'm not sure. Oh, wait, this guy's a gem? He's an enforcer gem. So we've apparently found a gem here in Christian Josephson. An enforcer defenseman with maybe really, really good potential. I mean, if he's listed as a gem, I feel like I have to take him because it says gem. So he's a Swedish defenseman. He's okay. We're not exactly sure about anything except for the fact that he's a gem. Did our scout label him as a gem incorrectly? What does that mean? If he's a gem. So anyway, we're gonna take him. How did he do? He played 3 games and got a goal. So very solid. I can expect about what, 20 goals, 30 goals maybe, 25 goals in every season. No, I'm kidding. But Okay, he was listed as a gem. I decided to take him. Why not? Because he was, you know, one of the best guys that we knew anything about. I mean, I only took him because he was a gem. I didn't take him because we knew stuff about him. Ripien, Stewart here, maybe either of these guys. A goaltender, not really what I'm looking for. If we go ahead and look at potential here, Cole Stewart is kind of, I mean, or there's Robert Eriksson. Yeah, that's a weird way to spell Eriksson. But I think I might just take Cole Stewart here. I don't know what his overall is, but he's 17. We don't really know much about this guy. He didn't do well. He only had 6 points in 36 games in the QMJHL, so he's probably got a long way to go. Similar style to Pat LaFontaine. I don't know if that's too accurate, but if he's got a similar style to Pat LaFontaine, I want him. So I'm going to go ahead and take him. I don't know anything about him. I'm kind of excited to see what he turns into for us, but I would really like him to become something for us. And we get another pick here in the same round, just a few picks later. Avery, we know. Dane Avery, we know, is a 7th defenseman. So, I mean, I don't know if I want to take a 7th defenseman. We got AHL forwards here. Melanson here. Actually, Melanson, Max Antoine Melanson is medium top 9, only 2 bars of accuracy, but our scout kind of ranks him pretty highly. He is jumping. I'm going to go ahead and take him just because I have no clue how to tell if somebody's going to be good or bad or not. And look, we get back-to-back picks in this round, so that's pretty fun. Let's go ahead here. Who else can we take? We don't know. Okay, we literally know nothing about some of these guys now. So we are now getting late into the draft here. Projected at, oh, God. Oh, okay. So this guy's low top 6. That's 2 bars of accuracy. I'm going to go ahead and just go with Puikkonen. Did I say that right? I hope I did. Anyway, I'm going to just take him because, I mean, I don't know almost anything about anybody anymore. Like, at the beginning, first half of the draft, I guess I'm just taking flyers on players now to see if they become something good for us. This Eriksson's here is low elite. He dropped by like 50 spots in the Central Scouting ranking, and our scouts rank him even lower than that. I don't think he's going to be low elite, but he might be something for us. So, oh boy. Man, this is a lot trickier than it used to be as far as finding players later in the draft. And that is it. That's all she wrote for our draft. But Capo Caco, Stephen Ullman, and Carson Hartigan are the 3 players to watch and to remember the name. Hopefully Lutzer or Josephson was a gem, so we'll have to see about that one. I'll have to play them either in the AHL or in the preseason just to see what their overalls are because we don't know anything about their overalls. But I will play them probably in the preseason and get that done so we can, you know, kind of following scouts have expiring contracts. Okay, so our OHL scout, so we have expiring scouting contracts, which is great. Franchise view. Can I just do it from here? Anyway, let's go check out the players that we have to re-sign. We currently have $27 million in cap space, but the expiring contracts to Stone and Teuvo Teravainen probably going to eat up a decent amount of cap. Same thing with Fleury, so I think I'm going to try and get Stone back. How many years does he want? If I get him for 3 years, get him till he's 30, 3 years at 7.25 would not be bad in my opinion for a guy like Mark Stone. A very solid winger. I mean, I think that's cheaper than what he actually had. He's going to want more, I think. He's going to want more than what he's asking for just because he doesn't want a contract extension. So I'm going to just go in right away with 7.25, 3 years, get him till he's 30. He'll get back to us soon about his offer. Offer a contract here for Teravainen. I think I want to give him, does he want he does want a contract extension, so we'll offer him a contract of 3 years at, 4 years gets him to 28. 3 years, will he still be an RFA after 3 years? He wants 2 years. He would still be that's kind of like a bridge deal to his bridge deal. Can I get you for 2 years at $4 million? I would really, because I'm not 100% sold on Teuvo Teravainen. And then Hayden Fleury here as well, offer him a contract. He does want a contract, so maybe 3 years at, actually, what about 4 years at $4 million for Fleury? 4 years at $4 million, that locks him up for a good amount of time. He would still be an RFA, I believe, after that. I'm not 100% sure on that, so, and also that's not too terrible of a contract. We did just get rid of a bad contract, about that much money. He wants 2 years. I'm going to double it. I'm going to give him $4 million for 4 years. As far as other players on the team, we got to go to the goaltenders here because I know Mrazek is expiring. Nedeljkovic also needs a new contract. He's a good goalie for the AHL. Offer a contract here, 1 year, 3 point. What about 2 years, 3.35 for a guy like Mrazek? Because we just need somebody to hold down the fort until we get our franchise goalie to come up and play for us. And Nedeljkovic, yeah, I'm gonna give you exactly what you want. If that's the kind of cheap contract you want, I'm going to give it to you. Justin Williams does want to return. He's still exact top 6 forward. Maybe give him another 1-year deal at 3.35. Not too sure how I feel about that. Ferland does not want to come back, but I do want him back. I don't know if I want to give him the kind of contract he wants. He's a third-line scoring forward. I get that, but $4 million for a third-liner is not exactly what I'm looking to pay. Michael Camilleri does not want a new contract. McGinn, though, does want a new contract. He's also an RFA. I'll give him 2 years at $1.5 million. I feel like that should be good for him. Pouliot and Chris Stewart was good for the fourth line for us, so I do want to bring him back. Can I get you at 2 years also at $1.5 million? Benoit Pouliot was not great. Martinook is incredibly happy about being on the team here. 2 years at $1 million. Oh, that's Di Giuseppe, excuse me. Yeah, you know what? I'll give Di Giuseppe a contract. He'll fill out that 2 years, $1 million. That's not any problem to me. There's a bunch of other players here. I think I'm going to go ahead and re-sign them myself. I just wanted to show you guys some of the bigger names that I was re-signing, but I will go ahead and maybe offer Justin Williams a contract at a little bit more of a discount, but I'm going to go ahead and sim a day, and then we'll rediscuss who we want to keep. So advance the day. Hopefully, Mrazek rejected. More cash. McGinn accepted. Teuvo Teravainen accepted. Hayden Fleury accepted. Di Giuseppe accepted. Stone accepted, so that's great. We decided to get Stone back for 3 years, I believe. Nedeljkovic accepted. Chris Stewart rejected. He's going to reject at that dollar value. Okay, so now if we're looking at it, how much cap space? We have $14 million in cap space, which is fine, which is pretty good, actually. I don't know who's going to make it to free agency, but I probably want to get guys like Stewart, maybe Pouliot. I think I do want to get Williams back, so Williams is hopefully going to come back at 1 year, $3.5 million. Hopefully he doesn't drop off too much, but just one more year with Williams. And then these guys down here, so I do want Stewart back. He was very good for that bottom the bottom 6. So 2 years at 1.6. Try and just save any money any place I can. Mrazek also rejected our offer. So 2 years, $3.5 million maybe. I think I offered him 3.25. I think I'm going to go up to 3.5. See if he'll take that. I mean, he was fine for us. He wasn't great, but you know, like I said, he's more of a stopgap. So we don't know what Hartigan is, but we know for a fact that he's medium franchise, and I am super happy about that. As far as all skaters here, we'll go expiring again. Guys that I want to probably get back. Pouliot, how much does Pouliot want? He wants, can I get you at 1 year, 1.6, a very similar contract to Chris Stewart. Martinook does not want to come back, although he is 26. He's good depth. He doesn't want to come back. I think we have other guys that want to be here that are depth. I think I'm going to release Camilleri and Martinook. Di Giuseppe can take over as the depth guy for Martinook. Ferland here, though, I would like to get him back. He could become, or could play some decent minutes. 1 year at 4.25 for Ferland. I don't really want to give him much more than that. So if he does come back with with a bigger ask than that, Casper, why do you want? In what world am I going to pay you $2 million to be a shit defenseman? So, goodbye. Let's go ahead and advance another day and see if we can get some of the bigger players that I offered back. Oh, Teuvo Teravainen was not happy. Williams rejected. He's not happy where the team ended up in the standings. Ferland is going to test the free agent market. And Peter Mrazek and Pouliot and Stewart. Oh, my God. So, I'm going to... Just 3 players. It's Stewart, Pouliot, and Mrazek are the guys I'm going to try and bring back. So Chris Stewart, offer him a contract for 1 year at 1.625. Give him exactly what he wants. Give Pouliot exactly what he wants to. 1 year, 1.775. These guys are just going to be bottom 6 wingers for us. McEwen here hopefully only wants a 2-way deal. Yeah, that's perfect. If we give him 2, he wants more than that. I'll give him 1. I said I was just going to do these 3 guys, but Peter Mrazek here. Offer him a contract, 2 years, $4 million. I think each year. That's $8.5 million we're spending on poor goaltenders, but actually maybe 3.75. If I do 2 years at 3.75, maybe I can get him then. Hopefully he's not going to ask too much. I won't go higher than 4, I don't think, for Mrazek because he is not the goalie of the future. Peter Mrazek rejected, McEwen accepted, Pouliot accepted, and Stewart rejected. He was not content with the amount of minutes, so I guess that's fine if he goes. I mean, he did well for us, but in a less sheltered role, I don't know if he would do quite as well. So Peter Mrazek, let's get him on the 2 years, $4 million train here. Wait, before I do that, we currently have $12 million. That would leave us $8 million in cap space to go after some guys in free agency. $4 million here, $2 million for Peter Mrazek. I will go ahead and real quickly here, just go ahead, sign some of the guys that are down in the AHL just to fill the team out. Alright, so I took care of signing, or at least offering contracts to all the AHL players. Mrazek finally accepts it, so $4 million for Mrazek, and then we got McKegg, Carrick, Bishop, Brown, that guy. I'm not going to bother saying their names, but there we go. We got some players with some decent value. There was this, I forgot what his, I think it was that guy that we just looked at. I don't know why I just went to the calendar. I wanted to go to contracts and show you guys what the team is most likely going to be looking like next season. So if we start from the back end, we got Mrazek and Darling. They're both going to expire at the same year, so I'm cool with that. Mrazek is going to be 29. Darling's going to be 32. We got Nedeljkovic there. I mean, we got medium starter potential, so maybe he can jump and become our backup in a year or two. We've got Helvig. I didn't sign either of these guys. So the only guys I signed was Mrazek here at the goaltending position. Then we have Falk and Hamilton, Slavin, DeHaan, Fleury, and Van Riemsdyk. McEwen here might be the guy that is in the NHL but scratched. He's a minor top 2 defenseman, but we could always sign a depth defenseman if we don't go after some huge free agent. So then we got McEwen, Carrick, Renouf, Ben, Fora, and then I'm going to sign one guy from free agency to play defenseman there in the AHL, but I just wanted to make sure Bean was going to be a full-time guy. Now, if we go ahead and look at our forwards, we've got Stone, Aho, and Stahl, Rask, Williams, Svechnikov, Ferland. Actually, Ferland's not coming back. Got to release him. And Justin Williams. I think I can get somebody better than Justin Williams for a similar price. So we got Stone, Aho, Stahl, Rask, Svechnikov, Teravainen. That's looking like our top 6. Stahl could always drop off, and it looks like he's going to. I think he is going to be a third-line forward for us. So if we can get a center in free agency, or at least somebody that can play center, that would be great. Then we got McGinn, Pouliot, Wallmark. Stewart's gone, but then we have Di Giuseppe, Gauthier, and Nikash. So he's a depth forward. Hopefully he'll jump for us. Stewart, I don't know if I want to offer him more money. I think I'm just going to try my luck in free agency here. But let's go ahead and see what free agents did make it. So if we go ahead and sim to free agents, I'm really hoping that our top target, the scouts have not been renewed. So we need an OHL scout and a QMJHL scout, right? Assign, not player search. I wanted to go to assign scouts and just see. I have to renew contracts for, okay, so that makes sense. I guess in the contract renewal period, you re-sign your scouts too. But as far as scouts for the OHL and QMJHL, we definitely need those. We still have about $200,000 that I can spend on these scouting contracts, so I might not be able to go after the best scouts out there, but I should be able to go after some good scouts. So let's go after the OHL. The best scout out there wants 0.15. I'll see if I can get... let's see here. Who's got the best at scouting potential? Scouting efficiency, that's also kind of important. Prospect discovery, teams interested 0. Team strength, character assessment. What are I'm trying to figure out? Is there oh, that's his overall. Shooting senses, physical, and then goal reflexes, goaltending, puck control, character assessment. I feel like this guy is pretty good. He only wants 0.11. Cole Dingle. I'm cool with getting Cole Dingle on the team. See if we can get him for 107. And then the QMJHL, we offered 107, which is going to be, how much do we have? So if I wanted to offer this guy 1.3, that would put us over, I'm pretty sure, because that's 0.13. Do the math, that gets us to 2. Okay, so I should probably go after this guy. I mean, he wants a really cheap contract, or maybe I'll go after this guy right here, because he's got good efficiency, and he's pretty decent at scouting goaltenders, and he only wants... the question is, you know what, let me go after Ava Bourgeois. So... go ahead and get them. Actually, you know what? I might be able to knock this guy's asking price down just a little bit. Just because, yeah. So 107, 107. That should be just enough. I think that's going to be enough for us to sign some decent scouts. But now I have to keep that in mind for next season. When our scouts are expiring, I should probably take a look at that. I think I might leave it on auto for next season. It was a lot of work. But now the important part. Let's see what free agent players made it, and Matt Duchene has made it. Matt Duchene is a free agent here, guys. He wants 7 years. He's seeking... I mean, that's a big contract. That's a big contract for him. Jeff Skinner, we could reunite with Jeff Skinner. Oh, man, that's really interesting. And then as far as Yanni Gourde made it, Yanni Gourde, really? Wasn't he a rookie like last year? Or no, maybe not. Yeah, no, he was kind of a rookie. Not really. Young kid. But, Bouwmeester made it. He's 35, though. Schuster. Justin Williams is there, but there we go. Let's offer Matt Duchene. Let's see. He's probably not going to want to come to a team that just choked, but we need him, man. Let's offer him, offer contract. Going to get him $7.5 million for 7 years? 6 years? I feel like 6 years, 7.5. Oh, 5 years. 5 years at 7.5 sounds like the kind of deal I would like to get a guy like Matt Duchene on. So Matt Duchene could become our top line center. Pair him with Mark Stone again, and those two actually, they probably were on the same line in Ottawa. So that's $7.5 million. That leaves us about what, $2, maybe $3 million to spend. So we can go after somebody like Colin Wilson here, who would not be a bad player at all. He's pretty good defensively. I mean, I know we don't have his exact stats, but he could be a very solid third line guy to replace the guy we just let go. Furland, I believe, was his name. Yeah, I think so. Granlund here. Wait, is that? Oh, that's Marcus Granlund. I was like, wait, Mikael Granlund? No, Oscar Lindberg. Ouch. I feel bad. That's pretty low. I mean, meh. Not a guy I'm probably gonna go after. Boyle. McGinn, Smith, Pelly, Patan. Okay, so you know what? We are also going to go after Wilson here. Colin Wilson, offer him a contract, 2 years at $3.5 million. Cool with that. See if he'll come to the team. And then UFAs, defenseman. Ooh, I should be careful about that, but I'm pretty sure I know who's a UFA and who's not. And we want to go get somebody for the AHL here. So somebody that wants a two-way deal, so we don't have to worry about it too much. We don't really know what these guys want. He's a minor defenseman, but I believe that's still a one-way. So a two-way deal would cap off at $925. So if anybody wants under $925, you can come to the Carolina Hurricanes. Wait, what? Cal Fleury made it to free agency? I feel like he's pretty decent, right? I feel like he was at least rated decently. Pollock, we could get Roman Pollock. But you know what? I'm going to go after Fleury. Just because I think he's pretty good. Offer him a contract. He's expecting a few other offers. We could go after Walford here too, Scott Walford, although their overalls don't look great. Their potential looks okay. I mean, I don't know exactly everything about these guys, but Tyler Myers is the best guy out there. If we're looking at guys that might have slipped through the cracks, Almari here, medium top Nicholas Almari. I'll offer him a contract as well. Somebody that maybe slipped through the... Let's give him... $825, just because it's more than what he wants, and he's got no other teams interested. Westerland here, he wants 3 years, he's 20. Okay, maybe I'll give Westerland a contract too, or at least offer him $925. I don't know what his overall is, so this is just me taking a shot in the dark with players that potentially could be something. No, Oslin here, he wants 3 years. That's an entry-level deal. No other teams are interested in him, so if he was really that top of a prospect, I think he would be asking for, or at least have a few more teams interested. If there was some more teams interested, I might think about going after him. And now if we look at goaltenders here, so Cam Talbot's the best goaltender out there. Kari Lettinen in there as well, so nobody really too big. as far as players that if I would have let Mrazek go, we could have gotten for cheaper and would have been better, or would have been better that we would have spent more. Anyway, we're going after Matt Duchene. That is the big guy we are going after. Louis Renaud accepts our contract offer, so that's the scout, I believe. And we'll wait a couple days here, see, and Cole Dingle, boom, there we go. So Nicholas Almari and Cal Fleury have accepted in Westerland. Westerland. So we got a bunch of young prospect defensemen that maybe may turn into something, maybe may not, but just refreshing the pipeline a little bit. Colin Wilson accepts our offer. If we go to sign free agents, Matt Duchene, do we still have enough money? Technically we don't have enough cap space. We have $6.9 million in cap space. The buyout penalty is what's killing us, so 6.9. That's more than I offered Matt Duchene. I'm going to have to find a trade real quick to get rid of some salary here on the roster. Let's see here. Who's making some money that shouldn't be making some money? Dahan is making a fair amount of money. Wilson, Tiver, Pouliot. I mean, I could get rid of Pouliot. Yeah, that would not be a bad one to get rid of, although he did just sign a contract. So let's go with Pouliot here, because we did get Colin Wilson to fill out the bottom. The Boston Bruins want him, the Buffalo Sabres want him, and they have the cap space to get him. So let's see here. He's moderately valuable. Let's see if we can go ahead and pick up. I know we traded away a draft pick. I think it might have been a third. We're probably not going to get the Leafs second out of them for Pouliot. What pick do we need? We do need a second. So as far as draft picks, what do we have? We got a couple other fourths, but not really. Pouliot and a fourth for their second. That probably is not going to go through. I'm going to just probably settle here with a third. Trade him to the Western Conference there. What? The Chicago Blackhawks have 2 picks this upcoming season. They've got their first and a second. They have no other picks besides that. What the heck are you doing, Chicago? Like, what is your goal here? All right, to the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars have their third. So the Dallas Stars have their third. Can we get a third for Pouliot? No, I didn't know if we could. I at least tried it. But you know what? Let's go back to Buffalo, who did want Pouliot. Actually, no, they wouldn't want Pouliot back. No, that wouldn't happen. The Dallas Stars here, the Detroit Red Wings, the Florida Panthers. Is there anybody who's listed as a contender that has a lot of... Oh, the Vegas Golden Knights, third-round pick. Yeah, that's not going to go through. So you know what? We'll just go ahead and get a fourth from the Panthers this year and a fourth from the Panthers next year. 2 fourths for Pouliot. It was rejected. A fourth for Pouliot straight up. Was the trade accepted? So there we go. So Benoit Pouliot was just... I know we just signed him in free as part of the team here, but I did just need some cap space for Matt Duchene. Now we have $7.8 million, which is plenty to sign for what we offered for Matt Duchene, and I think that's a fair trade-off. Now, we could have gotten away with it, because sometimes I know that cap space down there isn't correct, but I always like to have a little bit more cap space just in case. Matt Duchene, oh, he doesn't think our team's in win-now mode. That is really bad. That is not great. We can still get Joe Thornton. We can still get a guy like Brassard here, who's a second-line forward. We still wouldn't get that top-line forward. Matt Zuccarello, I don't really need another winger, I don't think. We could get the reunite us with Jeff Skinner. That would be a very solid... wait, hold on, timeout. Let me go look at the contract, because I know Duchene would have slotted very well. Yeah, I'm super upset that Duchene did not accept that contract. I gave him a decent amount of money, too. Okay, so if we look at forwards and start at centers, we got Stahl, Rask, Walmark, Nikash. So I mean, I'm not opposed to rocking that. I just would like a better center. If we do bring in a guy like Brassard, that means probably Nikash is staying in the AHL to start the season unless he jumps. So left wingers, we've got Aho and Teravainen and Colin Wilson. I'm happy Colin Wilson decided to come to the team. Teravainen and Aho probably should be... actually, Aho's on the first line. Teravainen should be on the second line. Svechnikov there... So we could make something work here with somebody playing center who doesn't play center. Maybe a guy like Aho, because he's got good center rating. Derek Brassard, though, would be that natural center that would play well for us. He's 34. He says he's an 84, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Not 100% sure about what his rating is either. We don't know anything about Skinner either. Broussard, probably I could get him for 5.75, which would leave us $2 million. Gustav Nyquist is always there. Yanni Gourde would be a younger guy that we could bring in, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I just want to go straight after a guy like Broussard. Can bring him in for his desired 3 years. I'd be okay with that. He'd be our first-line center. He's pretty good in all facets of the game. His defensive awareness is up there. I'm not 100% sure about it, though. But we are going to go ahead and go after Derek Broussard. Offer him $5.75 for his 3 years. And, yeah, Matt Duchene did not want to come because we were not in a position to win anytime soon. But these guys aren't really being sought after too hard or too heavily. Panik there is actually, apparently Coburn and Panik are being sought after a decent amount. As far as guys, I just traded away Benoit Pouliot too, so that sucks that I have to now. I mean, I guess we're fine. We didn't really need him. So if we go look at our contract situation, the center depth will look very nice. That is 100% guaranteed. We will have Broussard, Stahl, Rask, and then Walmark or Nikash, maybe depending on how the season goes. Then left wingers, we'll have Aho, maybe Teravainen on the first. I mean, Teravainen's probably on the second line. Colin Wilson's on that third line, and then McGinn's on that fourth line, which is totally cool with me. Stone on the first line, Svechnikov on that second line, and then we might want to get. Actually, you know what? Let's see, centers. Yeah, we could play Stahl at the third line center, Rask at the second line center, and Broussard at the first line center. So it would be Aho, Broussard, and Stone. Teravainen, Rask, and Svechnikov. I don't want to sign anybody that moves Svechnikov down to the second or the third line because I feel like he plays just fine on that second line. He had a good season for us overall. 24 goals, 43 points in 82 games in a rookie season is totally cool with me. He's still going to grow too. He was only in the 80s. He's in 81 now. He hopefully will jump even more. Maybe just sign some third or depth right winger for that side. So we'll check out the free agents, guys that are relatively cheap that can play the right wing. Ward there is a guy that could always be interesting. Devontae Smith-Pelly is not an 85. I can tell you that much right now. Brock Nelson, that's a little bit too expensive for if we were going to sign Broussard at about, we'll say 6. This leaves us with about $2 million to go after a guy. I guess like Stewart or Fair. I mean, Stewart was fine for us. How did we lose information on our own player that we just literally let go? Can struggle with professionalism, but cares about winning. Well, I'm glad he cares about winning. Julien Gauthier actually might make it on that fourth line. So Hayes here, how is he defensively? We don't really know too much about him defensively, which is rough. Connolly here, Brett Connolly is a sniper. Could help out with goals there. He's not bad defensively. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and go after a guy like Connolly here. He's not going to want too much money. I'm going to give him exactly what he's asking for. Hopefully he will decide to sign with us so we can get Broussard and Connolly. Jesus, I just literally offered him a contract and I already forgot his name. Thinking too quickly. My mind's moving too fast here. Let's slow it down. Broussard rejected. I want to win now. More money, though, might change my mind. And Connolly accepted the offer. Go to player morale. So Broussard doesn't think. Teuvo Teravainen is disgruntled. I think it's time we go. I want to be traded. You think anybody is going to stop? Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I had hoped we could make it work. Teuvo Teravainen wants... He wants out now. Teravainen wants off the team ASAP. Wow. I just offered him a new contract and everything. You know what? I'm not going to trade him. I'm not going to fulfill his request to be traded. Derek Broussard, literally nobody wants you right now. $6 million. Wow, they really don't want... Because we had a good season, and then we just kind of flamed out in the last month. I mean... I don't think we were that bad of a team that all of a sudden free agents don't want to come here. Oh my God. So Broussard hopefully will come to the team now that I offer. What? He wants even more money to come here. Jesus, I need to do it though. We need some talent on the top line. Derek Broussard, offer him a contract. See if we can get him at 3 years at 6.25. Dude, literally nobody wants you right now. Why are you being so picky? It is It is rough right now in Carolina. Teuvo Teravainen wants out. Man, hopefully I can do something to improve that. Oh my God, how much money is it going to take to get you to come to Carolina? Dude, nobody wants you. Like, we're already 20 days into free agency, and you still have nobody but me knocking on your door to offer you a contract. What if I offered you, yeah, you know what, $6.5 million? I'm fine with it. You know, I'm cool with it. It's fine. He's going to be our first-line center. Hopefully he puts up the points. Deserve it of it, but, oh my God, he is really... I mean, nobody wants him. I'm the only team that wants him. You think he might cut his losses, and he finally accepts it. Derek Brassard, his anxiety with his new team, player morale. Hopefully I can get Teuvo Teravainen to be no longer disgruntled. His morale is going up. I don't know if he still wants a trade or not, but it's trending in the right direction there. Locker room chemistry is at 57%. We definitely need to improve that. Maybe the shakeup, trading away Pesci and bringing in Stone, that shakeup, the team did not like it. But anyway, I'm going to simulate to next season. We will jump into the edit lines, and hopefully we can get through this tumultuous free agency period. Oh, we got a trade, actually. A fourth and Killinen. No, I'm going to, if any big trade actually pops up, I'll let you guys know, but I'm just going to get to the edit lines real quick. So we're here at the start of the season. We'll go ahead and check out the lines and see who's doing what. Hopefully Derek Brassard does want to step his game up. Teuvo Teravainen, I'm okay with having him on the first line. I mean, his role is now a second line forward, and we lost how are we losing information about our own players? Like, that's the part that kills me. Like, we no longer know what his exact overall is. I mean, he's our own player. He played with us all of last season. Anyway, Hamilton, Falk, Slavin, Fleury, DeHaan, and I mean, I'm okay with Fleury on that second line with Jacob Slavin. That's cool with me. Dougie Hamilton and Falk together. As far as goaltenders, we still got Mrazek and Darling. Scratched, we got DiGiuseppe and Wallmark. So they have Wallmark scratched. He's listed as a depth forward. Nikash here is listed as a depth forward, but he's got that elite potential. And Gauthier here is listed as a fourth line forward. And they are going to be paired with Brett Connolly, who hopefully can put up some decent numbers. As far as in the AHL, Nicholas Waugh here is listed as a fourth line forward, so maybe a guy that we could look to call up. As far as defensemen, Carrick, Bean, McEwen, yeah, nothing too special here, but it just kind of takes the fun out of this now that I don't know, you know, if somebody jumped or not. I want a reason to get excited. Derek Brassard, 84 overall, not 100% sure about that, but we know pretty well he's a second line forward, I think. If we go just quickly to roster moves, check it out from that view. That's usually how I do it. We'll start at the back end here. Goaltenders, Mrazek and Darling, Nedeljkovic. So nobody grew whatsoever at the back end, but that's fine because I was not expecting the back end to grow. Jake Beans is 68. I don't know if he actually grew or not. Almari, Westerland, Fleury. We'll hopefully learn about these guys as the season progresses. In the NHL, though, Falk and Hamilton are our top pairing. We've got Slavin and DeHaan as the second pairing, and then Fleury and Van Riemsdyk is that third pairing. So again, a very solid defensive core. I'm not upset about that defensive core at all. Forwards, I'm not sure what's happening right now. I feel like it's crumbling in front of my face, but I don't know if that's just because Teuvo Teravainen demanded a trade. He's going to stay on that second line, though, because he's hopefully going to put up points. We'll hit best lines here. We're going to put Aho on that first line, and now Teravainen with Brassard. Actually, they have Brassard as the second line center. I'm putting him on the first line, repairing him with Mark Stone. I feel like that's a very good first line. Svechnikov, Raskin, Teravainen could be good. Wilson, Stahl, Connolly I'm happy with, and then McGinn, Nikash, and Gauthier is a solid fourth line. I'm cool with this fourth line. Nikash is listed as a depth forward, so maybe put him in the AHL and bring up Waugh, or let him play. You guys let me know. Defensively, they've got Hamilton, Falk, Slavin, Fleury, and DeHaan and Van Riemsdyk. I'm also fine with that. Left, right. All right, so we do have the right amount of pairing, but Slavin didn't have a good season, I don't think, when he was paired on that first. Yeah, he didn't have a good time, and Dougie Hamilton was our best defenseman last year, so. And then in goal, we got Mrazek and Darling still, so not too upset with that, but pretty tumultuous offseason. The draft went fantastically. Like, that went great. I think, you know what? I'm going to hit done here real quick. I think I'm going to sign Capo Caco, because I actually did not offer our first round pick a contract because I wasn't sure what his overall was, but we'll go forwards here. We'll sort by potential. We know he's elite. In the system, Capo Caco here. He's elite, guys. We already know that. There we go. We'll offer him a contract. You know what? Let me call him up for the preseason, and he can play on the second line in the preseason. Actually, I have to be rolling lines in the preseason, so I may just do the preseason off screen here, guys, off recording, because I think Connolly is a guy that I would like to know about. Svechnikov. Not really. Rask is a guy we know about. Actually, we don't know about anybody. So preseason is going to be big. I will sub out Connolly in favor of Capo Caco so we can start to get his overall and understand just 100% what we got for him. But you guys let me know what you think about the lines and how the offseason went. I'm just hoping that we had a really good core. If the locker room can get it together, I feel like we can, make another playoff push. But I really don't want this playoff drought to extend more than a decade. But if you guys liked it, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.